Morning. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Central Kentucky. It's a froggy morning. It's the 2nd of March. It's about probably 45 degrees now, heading up for I think 55 today. So it's a beautiful morning. And we got a little issue we've been working on with the bees, and I want to show you. We've got some of our bees still on a trailer. My original design or plan was to put my bees on a trailer and move them. If I needed to move them, they'd be, all I had to do was hook up and move them around. And it still sounds like a good plan, but I just don't move them as much as I thought in the trailer. Tires don't hold up good. There's always issues with the trailer, and the issue with this one is that the floor is rotten. So it's made a good hive stand for several years, but my floor is rotted out. I got to do something about the floor, so I got to get these bees off here and put them on something, some kind of other hive stand other than a trailer, and I figure out what that's going to be. So I'm making migratory pallets to put them on, so I can move them with the tractor. We've got 16 or 17 hives on here we got to get off. They're also facing the wrong way. These on this side are facing back. Those on that side are facing out the way I want them. I want to be able to work all the bees from the back, and if I get behind some of these, I'm in front of others, so it's not the best design for working bees either to have them on a trailer. I made some hive stands like that. It's just treated 2x6s nailed together, and they work fine for getting the hive up a little bit. They actually need to be up higher than that. If you can get them up about 16 inches is probably ideal, which is 2 concrete blocks, and you can put them on concrete blocks. I've got a lot to clean up still on the property here, but there's some blocks up there. We've got a trail up there we call the loop, and I've got some concrete blocks up there. But for the time being, I can set these. I'm going to change all the bottom boards out and put them on these pallets, and then I can move them with a tractor and then put migratory tops instead of these inner and outer covers. So we're going to try. I made 10 of them. I'll show you in a minute, and we're going to try it out and see how it works. I'll show you the hives here. I've got some cypress hives. That's the unpainted hives. Or cypress, they don't need paint. The Amish man I bought them from, there's some bees coming and going, said don't paint them, it'll trap the moisture in. So he said don't paint them, just let them go, but they just don't look pretty is the only thing. And a lot of people do go ahead and paint them, and I might eventually. We'll see how they hold up. But anyway, that's the dilemma, what we got to work with, and what I've been working on the last few days is getting these pallets with. So I'll take you down there in the workshop now and show you what we got and what we've been doing and how it all works together. All right, we're down in the workshop now, and this is what we've been doing. We've made 10. I made a video yesterday of actually making these, but it didn't turn out like I wanted, so I'm kind of redoing it, and I'll just show you some of the what we got with it. But these are the pallets we've come up with to put the bees on. We've got 3/8 inch risers to set the hive bodies up on. The hive will sit at the front corner here and the back corner back here, and then the other hive on this side with the nail inside it too. They work as pallet clips, and the hives will sit on there and not slide off when you're moving them. They're 3/8 of an inch tall. This will be your opening here for your bees to go in and out, which would be 3/8, so you don't have any need for mouse guards. I built 10 of them, so 2 each. It'll be 20 hives, which is more than enough for taking our hives off the trailer. And this is 1/2 inch CDX plywood. That's the only thing I've purchased for that. The rest of it we've milled our own lumber off the sawmill, and all the cedar is much like treated lumber in that it won't rot. We'll see how it holds up. It's a softwood, it's lighter. Advantage would be that it's holds up to the weather, it won't rot, and it's lighter. Disadvantage would be that it's not quite as strong as maybe some of what your other lumber would be. So if I hit something with the forks, I could, we'll just have to see how it holds up. I'll just have to be careful. But this is a pallet design. All right, I got you switched around here. The front, your box is 20 inches. So this piece here is 18. These pieces back here are 16 and a half. Get your camera on it. This piece here is 16. And they're all 2 inches wide. And this one is 14? Yeah. 14 inches long. My piece of plywood is 33 by 20. My bottom runners are 33 inches long. Nope, 22 inches long. 22 inches long on the bottom runners. I made them 2 inches thick. I'm cutting them out of, Kevin got mad at me because he said the cedar's too pretty to be making bee pallets out of. But we cut a bunch of 2-inch thick stuff, so I'm making my parts out of that. That's why everything's kind of 2 inches based on 2 inches. It's just various thicknesses ripped off the 2 inches. But I made them 3.5 inches tall. And that's so that in the future, if I have to use regular dimensional lumber from Lowe's and make some pallets real quick, I don't have time to mill my own lumber. They'll be the same size as these. So I want the size from the bottom to the top the same so that they'll stack right on a trailer. These are roughly 1x4s for the runners on the bottom. We've drilled 5/8 inch holes in the back just for water drainage. In case any water, you always plan to lean them toward the front and any water will run out. But if it doesn't, it gets to the back, there's hose back there for the water drain out of. There's an inch gap in the front and a 1 inch gap in the back to allow for airspace. If I do move bees or they stay on a truck or trailer very long, you don't want them right up next to each other and not have any air movement. So that allows for air movement between the hives. The bottom that actually touches the ground, I've got glue. Everything is pretty much held together by glue. The glue holds better than the screws. Believe it or not, the wood will break before the glue will. But these runners are set back for a definite reason. They're set back 2 7/8 from each end. And what that does is allows them to work hand in hand with your migratory tops. So if you got one row of hives on the trailer already, you can set the next row, the bottom of the next row, into the top of the row before, and these bottom runners will set in between those runners on your migratory pallets or top covers. So it's designed to work together and be able to stack it and be able to move it easy. So this is my prototype back here of plywood that I had before I bought anything. And like I say, the only expense that I've got in here is just the plywood itself. We got I think 5, you can get 5 sheets, 20 by 33 out of a sheet of plywood. So that's what we've done. We got 10 of them built. I turn them so I can pick them up with the tractor, and I'll take them up there and get them ready once the ground dries up. It rained yesterday, so the ground's still pretty wet, but once everything dries up a little bit, I'll take them up there and get them ready, and then we'll move these hives over to the pallets. may put one together just to show you how it goes together, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is the pallet and hives all put together. Just a single hive body with the migratory tops on it. And you can see how it all goes together. So your next pallet would set up here and your runners would go in between. So you can stack them. You just have to keep them the same height is the only thing. That's our entrance, 3/8 inch entrance. I think it's 7 inches long. And then this one over on this side is spaced out. They're spaced out away from each other to keep the bees from going into the wrong spot and drifting so bad. But everything fits real nice. They got the cedar on there 2 inches wide. Go with the 2-inch wide rip-offs for these boards as well on your cover. And I think it's going to make a real nice system once I get it all going. And then I'll be able to move my bees with the tractor instead of moving them by hand. Moving them by hand is getting pretty old. I have lifted full hives and set them on a truck, and it's not fun. So I think this is going to work a lot better. The only thing I'm concerned about is that they're not going to be high enough. I might still use some blocks, I don't know, and set them up and get them off the ground a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I've got some old blocks that were left up around the property I could do that with, but we'll see how that goes. But I'll show you when I get ready to start putting these out, get on the tractor and start lifting them. So you'll either see a well-oiled machine or a catastrophe. But I'll try to show you all that. Like I said, I've got to move those. I think it was 7 hives up there to Smithville. So as soon as it dries up and we can get in there at a good time and get the bees, we'll take them over there and try these out and see how it works. But I'm pretty excited about it. Glad to get them going. And we'll use these 10 for a while and see how they work before we build any more. So appreciate you watching. If you like the video, comment below, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.